I actually remember the first time I had an Oreo ball. I was taking a graduate class and a fellow student brought them in to share, and I about fell over. Not only just how delicious they were, but also just the simplicity when I asked for the recipe. And now they've become a holiday staple in my house. We have to make them every year. And now as a mom, I find it's a really fun recipe to make with kids because I'm gonna show you how to use it with a food processor today, but you could totally make these in a mixer or even by hand if doing them with kids. Oreo balls, if you've never made them, they're easy to make with just 3 ingredients: cream cheese, Oreo cookies, and some chocolate to coat them in. And now, as simple as they are, they can be a little bit tricky. So I've got some tips for you on how to make them perfect. So let's get started. First, you're gonna line a small baking sheet with some parchment or wax paper. This is gonna make cleanup super easy and helps keep the Oreo balls from sticking. And then we'll make the filling. You'll add whole Oreo cookies, 36 Oreo cookies to be exact, filling and all, to a food processor and pulse until they're broken down into crumbs. Now you can leave a few bigger pieces if you want a bit of texture. If you don't have a food processor, you can use a blender, a stand mixer, or chop them with a knife to break them down a bit, and then just use a rolling pin and roll and smash them into crumbs. You'll add the cooking crumbs to a mixing bowl and then add your softened 8 ounces of cream cheese. The cream cheese is going to give it a bit of a tang to balance out the sweetness of the cookies and helps hold the cookie crumbs together. Now, I recommend using full fat block style cream cheese. It will have the best texture. You want it at room temperature so that it blends in smoothly and gives you that creamy truffle texture. Now, if you forget to take it out ahead of time, just simply cut it into cubes and microwave it for 5 to 10 seconds at a time until it's soft but not melted. Then you'll blend the cream cheese with some cookie crumbs until everything comes together into a smooth, thick dough. You can use a spatula with a bit of muscle or an electric mixer to speed things along. And now it's time to shape them. I'm gonna use a small cookie scoop. You want about a tablespoon to portion out the mixture. I like the cookie scoop because it just keeps them all the same size, so they look nice and uniform when dipped. You're gonna roll each scoop between your hands to smooth it out and then place it onto your prepared pan. If the mixture feels a little sticky, you can just pop the mixture into the fridge for 15 minutes to firm up, or just have fun with it and get your hands a little messy. Now, once they're all shaped, you're gonna cover and refrigerate the tray for at least 1 hour. Chilling them makes dipping so much easier and helps the chocolate set faster. If we were to try to dip them right now, they would just kind of become a big melty mess, which obviously is not what we're going for. And the best part is you can keep these chilled and shaped in the fridge, ready to be dipped for up to 3 days. So it's a great make-ahead treat. Now, while they're chilling, let's go ahead and melt the chocolate. You're gonna need 16 ounces in total. You can use candy melts, Ghiradelli melting wafers, or just some chocolate. Now, because these have cream cheese, you'll need to refrigerate them. So I don't recommend tempering the chocolate. We're just gonna keep things simple here. Now, if you are using chocolate, I recommend adding about 1 teaspoon of vegetable shortening, or you could also just use some regular vegetable oil or coconut oil. That just helps thin the chocolate so it's smooth and gives you that shiny, professional looking finish. Now, I'm going to use chocolate because I can easily find that in my grocery store, but you can use what you like. I do recommend a baking chocolate bar that you chop, like a Ghiradelli chocolate bar, as opposed to chocolate chips, because they do contain stabilizers, which don't always melt smoothly, and you want to get that right consistency. You'll microwave your chocolate in 30-second intervals, stirring after each one until it's completely melted and smooth. You can also melt this in a double boiler if you prefer. And now for the fun part, dipping them. You'll remove the Oreo balls from the refrigerator. I like to remove only a few at a time, and using a fork, you'll lower one into the chocolate and just tap the fork gently on the side of the bowl to shake off any excess, and then place it back onto the baking sheet. And you'll repeat with the rest of your Oreo balls. Now, if you find your chocolate is hardening before you finish, you can always reheat it in the microwave. or keep the chocolate melted over a double boiler. Or if you don't have one, then just place a heat-proof glass bowl over a pan that has about an inch of simmering water in it. You don't want the bottom of the bowl to touch the water. Now, if you find that the Oreo balls are falling apart when you dip them, this just means that your chocolate is probably too hot. So just wait a minute and then try it again. And again, you only want to take out a few at a time so they don't warm up too much. And you can also decorate these however you like. Drizzle some extra chocolate on top, add a sprinkle of crushed Oreos, or even some festive sprinkles if it's the holidays. And once they're all dipped, you'll refrigerate them until the chocolate sets completely. And that's it, creamy chocolate covered Oreo balls that look fancy but take almost no effort. You can keep them in the fridge for up to 2 weeks, and they also freeze really well for up to 3 months. Just let them thaw at room temperature before enjoying. But let's be honest, they're not gonna last that long, trust me. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more baking recipes. And let me know in the comments what kind of easy holiday treats you want to see next. And until next time, happy baking.